Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carry here for Terrence West. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On play action, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Returnable for Thomas. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bears take over. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Carry now for Jordan Howard. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
So how about that one, Charles? We haven't seen that in a while. The illegal forward pass.
The quarterbacks get so much leeway on this play that you're right, Brandon. It is very rare that we see the call come out for a legal forward pass.
They'll try to run forward with Howard. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you got a big guy like that in your backfield who runs as a big man and breaks tackles, it is paramount for a defense to have extra defenders in his vicinity at all times. Because you got to figure he's going to break through the first guy. You're going to need tacklers 2, 3, 4 in order to get him down. Because if you don't, he can continue to run and run it really, really well.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be a Chicago first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go. Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now a play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Bullard in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Thomas. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Running with Howard. It find some open field here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll look to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Out of the gun now on third down. Surveying the field. Now he's flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now Wentz throwing on second down. That's complete. It's Gordon. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go now. Green 39.
From midfield, here's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he lost the football. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On second down, here's Wentz. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he showcased this. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now Wentz on third down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Here's Wentz. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
A 1 yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1 yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1 yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. From the gun on third down, Wentz. He's got time. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second down now after the pass completion.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He hits White, complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They run with Howard, and he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now a play fake here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Wentz. He's got time in the pocket. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Wentz. Finding time. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here's Wentz to throw. Surveying the field. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
It's not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. This is Howard on second down. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Catch made right side by Wilson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th.
Let's go. 38.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
He's got it to West on the dump off. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's got time. And that is complete. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there.
Kevin White. He's at the 50. 30. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. Chicago. Kevin White, an even 90 yards, and the Bears will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Bears defense now back onto the field. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. They said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now West. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Return team.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body. Ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control, and you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the 2nd half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. They want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Rolling to his right. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Escaping the pressure right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's go! Ohio! Let's go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on first and goal. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it third and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
False start, offense.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They'll set up to throw. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one. And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. He won't go down. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. How many plays do you script coming out of the second half? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. 3rd down now following the run. They know that old expression, it's not my night.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, he had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this is picked up by the Bears.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of that right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
And no doubt, this is what you call a bounce-back game from a week ago.
And absolutely zero surprise, don't you think? Think about our meeting with the coaches. I mean, all they kept talking about was, well, you know, if you had a bad game last week, it won't happen again. There won't be 2 in a row. We'll bear the brunt of what happened from the week before.
Yeah, they were giving us all the cliches, hoping he would right the ship, and he has. So last week, mostly ineffective. This week, what we're seeing, very effective. What are you seeing that's different?
I think what I'm seeing is just a simple, everyone is on the same page. And I know it sounds trite, but I'm talking about all the guys up front with the blocking schemes, everyone at the point of attack, creating space. And so far, it doesn't matter what gap they choose, they're finding it. A gap, B gap, C gap, does not matter. They're getting there, and they're creating nice runs.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears continue to pour it on.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. They were able to force that 3 and out. That led to a touchdown. And defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast. But it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, They're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. So this is the second consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! 56 is the mic.
This is West. Uses the stiff arm. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 9 yards on the kick. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
All right, here we go. 319!
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this. Situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there? And that's run the football. Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
11 yards on the pickup, and the Bears are going to get a first.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's three levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Partner, we noted.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escapes the sack. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something to develop slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
All right, here we go.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
On play action, they'll throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even add a little extra at the end with a short run.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Second down following the run. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And out come the Eagles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get?
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. 3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Going to give this time to the tailback. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd.